Hey guys, today I'll show you how I made this cute crop vest using non-stretchy cotton fabric. Also, I used roughly a meter of fabric for this tutorial. For starters, you'll need a shirt that fits you very well. I'll be using a cotton t-shirt as my pattern piece. First, you want to get some tracing paper or newspaper to trace your pattern piece. I'm folding my t-shirt in half and placing it on the fold of the paper. Now here I'm just improvising the shape of my vest. Depending on your measurements, you can apply that to your pattern piece. And you can also add some extra inches to the sides, which is what I'm doing because my t-shirt is stretchy, but my vest fabric is non-stretchy. So here I'm just improvising on the vest shape. You can make your armhole longer or shorter, it's up to you. Mine's just a medium size, but you can just see how I plan on doing it here. So if you're using a shirt that fits you well, there won't be any need to, add or take away too much because you're using a shirt that already fits you. But if you're starting from scratch, it's best to take your measurements, your bust measurements, and divide that by 4, and then whatever amount you get, you would apply that to your pattern piece. So now I'm just cutting out my final pattern that I plan to use for my vest. So this will be my front piece of my vest. Also the back piece, I'll use this same block, but I'll show you how I plan on using it. So here I'm just placing my pattern block on the fold of the fabric that I plan on using for my vest, and I'm just cutting right around. Now I'm going to use that same piece to make my 2 back pieces. So I'm going to place this on the fold of the fabric as well, and then I'm just going to cut right down the center line. Also, I made my neckline for the back piece higher than the front piece. You can decide on whether you want a lower neckline or a high neckline, depending on your style. This is where I plan to add the zipper. Below in the description box, I'll link another video on how I insert a zipper. So here I'm just showing roughly how I plan to put everything together. As you can see, this is my front piece and the 2 back pieces. I plan on serging the sides or serging the armhole as well as the necklines. And I'll do the same for the back and the front. Here I'm just speaking through on how I serge the sides. If you don't have a serger, you can just use your zigzag stitch on your sewing machine. Serging the ends also makes it look neater because it won't unravel, especially if you're working with a fabric where the strands or the fibers are always coming loose. So as you can see, I've stitched one side together as well as serged the armhole and stitched the shoulder seam, and I'll do the same with the other side. Just showing you how I attach one side with the front and the back. So here's a better view of how I attach the left side, where I plan to do the same for the right. And don't worry about the bottom part being uneven because when you're hemming it, you can always even it out. I also plan on hemming the armholes too. As you can see, I've done the right side already, and I will do the left side the same way. I'll also do the same for the back piece, the center line, on where I plan on inserting the zipper. Once again, I'll add a link in my description box on how I inserted a zipper from a previous video that I did. So here is my completed look. Also, if you find once you completed it, if you feel that some parts are loose, you can always add darts depending on where you find there's gaps. Darts just to make it more tailored to your body. But once again, if you use a pattern piece or if you use a shirt that already fits you snugly, you won't have to worry about it being loose. So that completes my tutorial. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. See you at the next tutorial.